Hey, what's happening, everybody? Mac the Duelist coming at you again from the TCG Enterprise, where we're talking about all your favorite card games. Speaking of card games, you guys, we have another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile for you today, and this being Dragon Rollers. Yes! Honestly, I wanted to make this deck ever since the stuff came out. I know the Dragon Rollers, obviously we had the previous ones, but ever since they got into the Light and the Darkness method, oh, it's so good. So, without further ado, let's just get on with the list. Alright, you guys, so starting off, we are going with 3 of our Spectral Dragon Ruler of Flickers. This is so awesome, honestly. It was definitely good to have the Chaos package coming in for this deck. You can discard this card and 1 dragon or light monster. Add 2 Dragon Ruler monsters from your deck to your hand, except Spectral Dragon Ruler of Flickers. You can banish from your graveyard this card and 1 dragon or light monster, and then you target 1 Chasma, Dragon Ruler of Auroras. In your graveyard, you can special summon it. You could use the effect of Flicker's effect once per turn, and only once during that turn. So it helps set up combo plays. It helps set up to go ahead and get out for your Dragon Ruler big boys to come back. I'm running 1 of the Nebulous Dragon Ruler of Mishaps. You can discard this card and 1 dragon or dark monster. Then target 2 of your banished Dragon Ruler monsters with different attributes, except for Dragon Ruler Nebulous of Mishaps. Special summon them. They're going to attack this turn. You banish this card from the graveyard. This card and 1 dragon and 1 dark monster or dark monster. Then target 1 Eclipse Dragon Ruler of the Catastrophes in your graveyard and special summon it. You can only use the effects of Nebulous Dragon Ruler of Mishaps effect per turn and only once during that turn. Now on towards our regular ones here, we have, of course, we are going to be going with our big boys here. We have the Redox Dragon Ruler of Boulders. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish a total of 2 earth monsters or dragon monsters from your hand and or graveyard, except this card. Special summon this card. During your opponent's end phase, if this card was special summoned, return it to the field. Return it to the hand. You can discard this card and 1 earth monster to the graveyard to target 1 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. If this card is banished, you can add 1 earth dragon monster from your deck to your hand. You can use the effects of the Redox only once per turn. Then we're running 3 Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms. This one goes out towards the winds and the dragon monsters as well. So special summon this card. During your opponent's end phase, if this was special summon, return it to the hand. Discard this card and then 1 wind monster in the graveyard and add 1 dragon monster to your hand. And if this card is banished, you can add 1 wind dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Then we are going with 3 Tidal Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls. If this card is in your hand, in the graveyard, special banish a total of 2 water monsters and or dragon monsters from your hand and or graveyard. Except this card, special summon this card during your opponent's end phase. If this was special summon, return it to the hand. Discard this way with a water monster to the graveyard. Send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is banished, you could add a water dragon from your deck to your hand. You only use it once per turn and only during once per that turn. And then finally on to the big boys, we have Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos. It pretty much does the same thing. Just for the fire type. Now, you're wondering, well, we got the biggies. Now, where are the babies? Well, the babies are definitely here. And with the babies being here, we're definitely going to end up having to run on our lineup. So let me scoot these out of the way real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and go on with the babies. So on with the babies here, we are going to be going with 1 Burner Dragon Ruler of Sparks, 1 Reactin Dragon Ruler of Pebbles, 1 Lightning Dragon Ruler of Drafts, and 1 Dragon Ruler Steam of the Droplets. Steam of the Droplets. You can discard this card and get a fire type monster out on towards Burner. You could discard this card and get an Earth. You could discard this card and get a Wind. Discard this card, a Dragon-type monster or the waters, and get that. These are your searchers out for the deck to go ahead and get off for your big boys. The biggies get searched out with the babies and vice versa. So that's how the deck works. Very good, honestly. It's a very interesting strategy regards towards a dragon deck, to say for the very least. Towards our hand traps, we are running a good number of hand traps. If you don't have Mulcharmy, it's fine. You could use your basic no-house, which is why I'm doing. So I'm going with 3 Ash Blossom, the Joyous Spring. It's literally one of the best hand traps in the game. You should not be not running this card. You could run 2, sure, I guess, but 3 is always a good number to run off from. 3 Draw and Lock Bird, or sorry, 2 Draw and Lock Bird. Sorry, good setup, good ratio setup here. I could run a 3rd in, sure, but I mean that would take out my Nibiru's, which I'm also running those as well. I'm running 2 Nibiru's. Good ratios, good setup, but you can play it however that you guys want. It's your guys' choice on towards that. And then finally, I'm running 1 Bystial Magma Hut. We're running dragons, so it makes sense for this. And considering the fact that we have a lot of light and darks in the deck, it makes sense to run a Bystial. So we're just running this. I could put in the Druid's Worm, but you guys can figure out whatever ratios you guys want. This is not completely solidified, so you guys could run whatever ratios that you guys wish. This is just my build particularly, but you guys are welcome to comment down below what you guys think about it. Now we're going to be going on towards the spells. We're running 1 Triple Tactic Talents. It's always good. Got reduced out to 1 on the ban list, but you know what? It's still fine. It's still usable. You guys could still run it. 1 Dragon Ravine lets you get your dragons to send in from the deck to the grave. That's the reason why it's in there. That's the only reason why it's in there. You don't care about the Dragoonity part. Your main focus is just to get the dragons into the grave. And then I will be running 3. Here there be dragons. Especially summon 1 Dragon Ruler from your hand or graveyard or banishment. And immediately after its effect resolves, you can XYZ summon 1 Dragon Ruler XYZ monster using only Dragon Ruler monsters you control. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target any number of your banished Dragon Ruler monsters with different attributes, return them to the graveyard. You can only use 1 Here There Be Dragons effect once per turn and only once during that turn. This still sets up your plays to go ahead and get out for your Exceeds plays and just start swarming up the field. It's really, really good stuff. The deck does run kind of slow, but I digress. Once we start getting a little bit more extra dragon support, we might end up having it be just a slight bit faster. There is another version, which I'm hoping that Andrew, the collector, shout out to him, will pretty much allow himself to want to make it. There is a Tenpai version of Dragon Rulers. I myself am not going to run it, but he himself has had some thoughts process on that. Comment down below if you guys want to see that. And then I'm running 3 Sacred Sword at 7 stars. Why? Because we have 7s. We literally have level 7s, so it makes sense to have this card. It's so good, and it gives us draw power. Banish 1 level 7 from your hand, or face up onto the field, and draw 2 cards. Why not? 1 Called by the Grave. It's Called by the Grave. What more could I say towards that? Finally, on our traps, we have 3 Infinite Impermanents. It's impermanence. We don't have to go with what this thing does because we already know what it does. It's in so many of our decks. It's in everybody else's deck. There's no reason to go over it. What does it do? Don't worry about it. You should know by now. I'm running 1 Striker Dragon. The level 4 or lower monsters, you could go ahead and get off for this thing. You could do offer Boot Sector Launch, but that's not your point. Your point is to alter this to just get it into the link climb. That's the main point of it all. It's just to get it out into an easy link climb to go down to other bigger things, such as Triple Burst Dragon, our SP Little Knight, our Suyuja Skull Dread, and I'm also running 2 Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. That's it for our links. On towards the Exceeds, I am running 1 Big Eye because we have level 7s, and it makes sense to do that. And then the perfect ratio, actually, let me show you guys the perfect ratio. This is the perfect ratio in regards towards the exceeds that I ended up finding out when I was starting to play off for the Dragon Rulers itself. And the perfect ratio for these is actually going to be 1 Disaster, 2 Eclipse, and 2 Chasma. This is literally the ratios that you guys should be running for this deck. You should not be running any kind of weird... I mean, you can, but this is the main standard ratio as to how the Dragon Rulers get set up. You go 1, 2, and 2. Now, to starting them off, we're going to go with 1 of each because, you know, we already have the 1 of the each anyway. So I'm going to just basically go and run it through. So for Disaster, it allows you to go out for your 2 rank 7s here. It is XYZ summoned. You could target up to 4 level 7 monsters in your graveyard or banishment. Attach them to this card. Then you could banish all monsters from your opponent's field and graveyard with the same attribute as this card's materials. You want to go out for different materials, so then that way you can get off different effects to go ahead and hit your opponent, depending on what attributes that they are running. You can only use the effects of the Disaster once per turn. When this has a light, a dark, an earth, a water, and a fire and a wind, Dragon Ruler monsters as materials, it gains 4,000 attack and defense. Also, it is unaffected by other card effects. That is insane. Very, very good. Nice beefcake, and it does a lot of damage. That's what you want. Eclipse. If this is XYZ summon, you can target 1 level 4 or lower Dragon Ruler monster into your graveyard or your banishment. Special summon a 1 rank 7 Dragon Ruler monster that is mentioned on that targeted monster from your deck or banishment. Then shuffle the targeted monster into the deck. When an opponent's activating a spell or a trap or an effect on a quick effect, you can detach 2 materials and negate the activation. And if you do, banish that card. Really good. Protects your Dragon Rulers from stuff like that, like spot removals and all that other crazy stuff. So you want to be able to use that towards your advantage. At the same time, this actually is good up against, what? Hand traps. Yeah. So, pretty good. And then we have Chasma, Dragon Ruler of the Auroras. You can send 1 level 7 Dragon Ruler monster from your deck to the graveyard. Detach 1 material from this card. This effect becomes the send of the monster's effect that discards itself to activate. So basically, it's like a hand trap kind of scenario. But it gains the effect from the level 7 is what you send. That's what it is. If this card is destroyed by battle, or it is if this card is in your opponent's possession, is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a level 7 or level 7 Dragon Ruler monster from your graveyard or banishment. You could only use the effect each once per turn of Auroras. So, but that's really great, honestly. I find it to be very, very good myself. I think of it as being a good ratio to run. I think of it as being just very, very good. So, that's it for the deck, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please go ahead and comment down below and show you guys the support. Check out the Discord. And, yeah, just continue to show you guys the support. We appreciate you, as always. And I will see you guys all until the next time. Happy gaming.